SMT Nation, we back. We've got a couple of stories to look at. One is ranking ookla speed test results in college towns. I thought about this, and this is kind of an important thing because the amount of users on the network, you just get all these thousands of students that are probably going to be considered heavy data users, right? A lot of them mobile and other things. So we'll look at that. We'll see what the numbers tell us. And then the second story is from Charter and how they see mobile as their new growth vector. Shocking, surprising. When we look back to 5 years ago, we never would have thought about it like this. But today it's a totally different story. Let's look at both these stories. Links in the description for the articles. All right, first one, Ookla Speed Test ranks college towns with fastest and slowest broadband. I think they do it actually by both the mobile and wireline. All right, so back to school month, right? August and September kind of shift in usage. More and more of the student body kind of going back to their dorms, going back to their apartments, getting back on college campuses. 100 college towns tested here. And it says here we were pleased for the most part with the internet and mobile speeds we saw in U.S. college towns. All right, so that's good. To me, that says that carriers and home ISPs seem to be ready for all the traffic in these specific locations. Top college towns for 5G: Manhattan, Kansas; Clemson; College Park; Auburn; Troy. All right, so you got locations all over the place. Worst was Bowling Green, Kentucky; Fayetteville; Blacksburg; Cheney; and Morgantown. Best college towns for mobile speeds were Clemson, Tempe, Kent; College Park; Providence, Rhode Island. Worst towns for mobile speed were Bennington, Socorro, Kearney, Bowling Green, Kentucky; and Hanover, New Hampshire. Top college towns for fixed broadband. So now we're shifting away from the mobile speeds and moving towards, home internet type stuff. Grambling, LA, Louisiana, excuse me, Murfreesboro, Dover, Delaware, Chapel Hill, and Manchester, New Hampshire. Worst college towns for fixed broadband: Socorro, Cheney, Oberlin, Tuskegee, and Brookings. Some of these places, I get the impression it's infrastructure related, lack of competition, and I think that's what we're seeing here. If you notice, they're smaller towns, um, probably the case. Large college towns with fastest median download speeds over fixed broadband: Huntsville, Alabama; Lincoln, Nebraska; Providence, Rhode Island. Slowest was Columbia, Mississippi. See, I think that's where we're at there. Medium-sized college towns with the fastest speeds: Jonesboro, Rock Hill. Communities with the slowest were Conway, Grand Forks, and Lawrence. Small college town with the fastest fixed broadband: Grambling, Louisiana. Fast on the mobile side: Clemson, South Carolina. All right. Uh we got one more. Suburban communities with the fastest fixed broadband speeds: Murfreesboro, Chapel Hill, New Brunswick; and fastest mobile suburban: Kent, Ohio; College Park, Troy; and Waukesha, Wisconsin. It says here T-Mobile maintained its 5G dominance with a median speed of 191. Firms suggested that C-band may upset the status quo going forward. Yeah, so carriers are going to be upgrading tower sites around these places, trying to better serve their customers. It looks like T-Mobile's got the jump on the 5G UC, the N41. Look for Verizon and AT&T to be supplementing their network with additional upgrades on macro sites, rooftops, and monopoles. But I think also something we started to see that's probably happening is the C-band on small cells. I would assume that would be Verizon first doing that. So be on the lookout for that. Maybe even some millimeter wave helping the cause here. All right, last story for today. Charter sees mobile as its new growth engine. Who would have thunk it? And for those of you that know the company Charter, that is Spectrum Mobile here. Okay, so after a big second quarter earnings that posted positive and negative elements, so negative for TV, negative or a little bit of negative for the home internet, the core business components kind of look different today for companies like Charter and Comcast and Altice. They've become mobile players, right? And commentary from the CEO, Tom Rutledge, reiterates this. I think we still have tremendous growth opportunities for the company now and in the future. Lies in our ability to provide really inexpensive products that are better than the current product, and the opportunities, especially with mobile products going forward, are significant. Our mobile growth has been accelerating and is expected to continue to accelerate. So when you look at it like this, folks, he's basically saying we have been growing in mobile and it's been helping our business. They have been adding somewhere in the neighborhood of 200,000 to 350,000 mobile customers every quarter for the last couple of years. I never would have thought this day would have come. I've already admitted that I was wrong when they said that they were going to go into mobile, but because they've been able to offer people discounts and promotional rates in bundling services and making things a little bit cheaper, customers have been leaving the likes of Verizon to go with the MVNO option. Even though it's on Verizon, the price is a little bit better for the customer, so they make the switch. I mean, there are even customers who are leaving AT&T and T-Mobile that are going to companies like Spectrum, Charter, and Comcast and Xfinity. They're leaving T-Mobile and AT&T, and T, and they're indirectly going to Verizon, but they're going to these companies and they're growing. It's the same story every quarter. They add customers. And now what that does is that makes the customer sticky, right? It keeps them on the home internet options. It's keeping those customers away from trying fixed wireless, right? The fixed wireless numbers are good too for like T-Mobile and Verizon. They would be even better. They would be much better. The growth would be accelerated if these companies weren't bundling with mobile. So like they knew that T-Mobile and Verizon were coming with a fixed wireless option eventually. So they prepared by doing this. It says here that the expectation is that the company is going to continue to grow in mobile. So if they're adding 250,000, 300,000 customers a quarter, they're basically saying they're not expecting that to slow down or decelerate. It says today, Charter and Comcast are the two biggest wireline phone companies. Most people don't think of it that way, but when we launched voice over IP, we got 10% penetration or something like that relatively quickly. They're probably looking for this to continue to accelerate too. Uh, all I could say to this is very simply, they were wise to make the moves they made. They prepared for the onslaught that was coming their way, and I think it's probably reduced how bad things could have gotten for them. I think cable pivoted pretty well. They're going to also continue to build out their CBRS network, their small cell network, to continue to rely on Verizon's gigs of data usage. They're going to try to reduce that. So if customers are using, say, 10 or 20 gigs of data per month on, the unlimited plans from Charter, right, Spectrum Mobile, they're going to want to reduce that by like 50, 60, 70, 80%, so that less of the usage is on Verizon, so they pay them less. Remember, owner economics is everything. So if the customers can offload on as many hotspots while they're outside of their home, right, and off of Wi-Fi, put the CBRS small cells in locations where they have infrastructure, get that band 48 going, that CBRS, they can probably offload a lot of traffic. That reduces their overhead, that reduces the cost of operations that they have to pay Verizon, and it puts them in a more profitable position. They're going to be doing that, folks. Charter, Spectrum, Comcast, Xfinity, that's going to be their playbook moving forward. Even if TV losses continue to happen, they can continue to be profitable on TV, right? They'll sell those people that are stubborn or don't want, app-based, streaming services. They'll continue to sell it as a premium product, charge whatever, bundle it with the home ISP, and now with wireless, they've got the whole kit and caboodle, right? They've got every option for every customer if they so choose and they want it. They're in a decent position, right? They're growing in wireless. Their home ISP, now they're going to be sticky. They've braced themselves for the worst of it. In my opinion, I think they've played their hand pretty well. What do you guys think? Like, share, subscribe for more. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this. Turn on the bell notifications to never miss an upload. There are links in the description for my community pages, like my Patreon, my Twitter, and also my Gmail address for business inquiries. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.